As you can tell already, we're going to do something completely different than normal. Or can you? Colleen Krantz is with us. This is the M2M podcast, and this is different because of a number of reasons. We haven't chatted with you. We used to chat with you all the time about your stories in the field, and then I decided to go away.
You had enough of me.
I had enough of you, and that's really what it was. Obviously, she knows us too well. It's just your stories, it used to be you'd go on these nice, clean 3-trip stories, 2-trip stories. Then it's like, I went here, went there. I was like,
yes,
we'll just feature the stories. Now I feature it in the newsletter. How about that?
Yeah, there we go.
Talk about
there
your
we go.
newsletter. You did a story recently on Market to Market about refugees, the Refugee Center in Illinois. How did that story come about?
I was honestly just looking at the interested in getting a refugee story done at some point. I think there's a big difference in that category of immigrants, and I think Midwesterners sort of have a history of stepping forward. And I thought it'd be interesting to tell one of those stories. And I honestly stumbled across the center in Champaign-Urbana, and it was a fascinating story, I thought, to tell. So. And
we have a common person that we work with here at Iowa PBS who is a refugee from Africa.
Yes.
Named Aiden.
Aiden, yes.
And the first time I heard her story, I didn't know much about her, and then somehow it came up one day. Her story is incredible.
It is. It's amazing, and I felt the same way when I first heard it. She's had these amazing experiences as a refugee and scary experiences, and I think I was pestering you. We should tell her story.
You were pestering?
Or Dave, maybe. Dave Miller. Our boss. So I just felt like her story is so fascinating. The viewers would appreciate hearing it.
She didn't make it into your TV story, but she made it into a conversation that you had in here.
Yes, exactly.
And so you get her to tell where she's from.
Yes.
And how she went across the desert.
Yes.
She had a bunch of family.
Yeah, she came from Eritrea, which it was at the time in her childhood was at war with Ethiopia, a neighboring country. So it forced her to basically flee for her safety and ended up in Sudan. And really what she talked to us about was what that escape was like and how she ended up in the United States and then ended up in North Dakota first before coming to Iowa later.
And she has been in Iowa how long?
She's been here about 40 years now. So, yeah, she's an Iowan now.
She is. She's been in Iowa longer than she was in her homeland.
Yes.
Her conversation, you could talk to her for a long time. She's certainly a person who has adapted to many American things, but also other things she hasn't.
Yes. She has a funny story she'll tell that I won't completely ruin here, but where she hit an animal driving and told the sheriff it was probably a lion or a giraffe. Which I'm sure the deputy thought was very funny.
Probably an original, yeah. Her car is another story in itself. But
yes.
So that is going to be the discussion with her that we're going to see.
Exactly.
All right, so let's watch it now. This is the M2M podcast. If you have any ideas for us, send us an email at markettomarket@iowapbs.org. If you like the discussions that you hear, that's fine if you don't, but share them with a friend that you think might like it. Leave us a review or 5-star rating. That'd be great so other people can see it. But now let's get to Colleen's.
Thanks for agreeing to do this. I didn't have to twist your arm too badly, did I?
No, it's no problem. I would love to do that.
Okay. Can you start out by telling everyone your name and where you live now and what you do at Iowa PBS?
My name is Eden Tesfazghi, Eden Kubrom Tesfazghi. And I live here in Des Moines, Iowa. And I work for Iowa PBS and started Iowa PTV. I help market to market, Iowa Press, living in Iowa, all kind of, you can name it. And then 5 years ago, I had a permission for the programming department. I work as an operation assistant. I do broadcasting logs.
Okay.
I do Channel 4, Channel 2, Channel 3.
You have a lot going on, don't you?
Yeah, World, Create, and then Kids too.
Okay.
And I work at the broadcasting logs every daily.
Okay. And you have a really interesting background that wasn't always easy, but we're going to go through some of that. We can't get into all the fascinating stories, but we'll have time for some of them. But you came to the United States as a refugee. Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell me what's your home country, and can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, my country is Eritrea, and I born and raised in Asmara. The capital city of Eritrea is Asmara. Asmara, and the country is Eritrea.
And do you
It's
find
in
a lot
the
of
Red Sea.
and a lot of people are, don't know a lot about it, probably like we should. Can you
Yeah.
tell a little bit about the country and sort of what's the economics like there, and what is it agricultural based country, or is it more industrial, or what do we need to know about Eritrea?
Eritrea is a very, interesting country. It's a great people, a great country, and everybody is like, working hard, and they do in their own everything to survive. And the people is very politely, very nicely, and it's a peaceful country, I could say.
But something happened
Yeah.
during your childhood to change that didn't allow you to stay in Eritrea, right? Can you tell me what happened?
Yeah, many years ago, which is I left in 1982 because we had a war from Ethiopia, and we was colonized by Ethiopia at that time. So my people they've been fighting for 30 years to get us the freedom.
30 years with,
30 years.
with Ethiopia?
Yeah. So we had, like my brother was in a war also, and then he came and then wounded his right elbow, but he survived, and then right now he lives with me in the U.S.
But this war was already going on when you were born,
Yeah, it was-
right? So you kind of grew up with, as a child.
As a child, yeah, we had a really bad, rough time, and we have, most of the time we don't have any food actually, because the Ethiopian was colonized that country, and we cannot leave. Sometimes, you have to stay home like a curfew.
You had curfews.
So, yeah.
And then, so what happened when I think it was in how old were you in 1982?
I would say about 15.
And tell me what happened that at that point, I think if I remember your story right, you left through
Yeah,
Ethiopia?
because to survive, and then to help my family. So my oldest civilian, my big brother, he decided to take us with his kids and his wife to Sudan. So that way we can survive, from the war.
Because you were starving, essentially, or
Yeah, we had the war.
and no food, little food.
Yeah. My dad was working, but it was not enough, everything to survive for all of us. We was 9 children
Yes.
for my family.
And so then you decided, did you go on your own? You decided to follow, you went with your brother to Sudan?
My brother's wife came to the hometown in Asmara from a village that they used to live. She decided to take us, the family from Asmara with them to travel, but we have to walk. It's a 3 weeks walk.
And describe where, was it the desert region? I think you were walking across desert?
Yeah, mostly my brother was carrying some food and a little water, but it was not enough actually. So we was starving actually on the road because we don't have enough food. And we had a bad people attack us after like a week later. And so we have nothing, food, nothing. And then we got to the border of Sudan.
And that was how many days of walking?
Totally it's 3 weeks walking.
And at least a week of that without any food?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But we survived. And so when we got to the border in Sudan, it was a very nice family that they got us in their place. We was 15 of us actually to walk with my brother.
Others from the city?
Yeah, there is no direction, but they know, my brother knows where he's going. But there is nothing like a direction, east, west will tell you nothing. You just have to keep walking and follow the people.
Was this the same brother that had fought in the war, so he knew the area?
Yeah, we walk actually in nighttime. Daytime we have to hide because some enemy, if they find you, then they will kill you. or they will, kidnap you, whatever. So we have to walk is at night only when it's dark.
And there's not much for food to find in nature.
Yeah, whatever we had with us, that's the only thing we can eat. And then there was interesting, I've never seen it before because, like I said, I'm from the city, but my brother was living in a village, so they know what to make the food without, you don't have a stove in the road. It's jungle, a desert, nothing is in there. So he make, the dough, and then he had the stone, it's like a white stone, and he put it in the fire, he find some woods, and then he make
heat
that
the stone?
dough, and then he makes like a bread.
Yes.
So from that's what we survive
Oh, wow.
to go all the way.
And you had, is it the flour of some, it was different than,
some
not
flour,
wheat flour,
like-
but it'd be the, like what you make injera from?
Not injera, but this is the bread.
Okay.
Injera is very hard. You cannot make it in the road.
Oh, okay.
But bread, you can make it like that from the stone.
Okay. So that's how you survived and you made it to Sudan. And then
Yeah.
what happened? A family helped you? Did you end up in a refugee camp
No,
then?
we did not go to the refugee camp, but some people that my brother knows, some family, so we split. Him, his wife, and kids in some other family took them, and then me, I go to other families.
Okay.
So after that, it was 6 months later, I said, I don't want to stay in Kassala. I want to go to Khartoum, the big city, because I'm from the city.
Yes.
So he let me go to Khartoum later, after 6 months later.
Okay.
And
then
I had some friends, so I stayed with them.
and then did they
some-
help you start the refugee application process?
Yeah.
Or how did that start?
Well, it was a year later. It takes a long process. After a year later, I went to myself to get a sign up with they call GVA, I think,
Okay.
the refugee status. It was in Khartoum.
Okay.
And so was thousands people was lined up to get sign their name for the status. And then I was were babysitting some Sudanese family,
Okay.
and then she would not allow me to go that long.
Oh.
So I was gonna leave, and then suddenly I saw my neighbor from back home. She was right in front, and
In the line
on the line.
for the refugee
she
status
helped. Yeah,
application?
she helped the people. I mean, she asked the people in front of her, and then behind her, if she can take me because she's my big sister.
Oh.
So she said, please, allow her to go in front of me. So she asked the people in front and back. They said, yeah, sure.
Okay.
So I got lucky and I got in,
Oh.
and then I applied my name.
And I should explain so most people will know this, but those who don't, refugee is a category for immigrants, and it's a legal category where you have to first be in another country besides your home country, and then you can apply to come to the United States, but only if you have fear or risk of persecution at home. So it's dangerous to go back home. I don't think people understand how long it takes. Like you said, it took a year and a half before you actually were on the plane to come to the United States, or 2 years?
Yeah, after 2 years.
Three years?
1985, I came here.
Okay. So you have a very funny story. I hope you remember the one I'm going to refer to. But as you are on the plane coming to the United States, and you're looking out the window of the plane to where you're about to land, and do you remember the story you told me because you expected to see New York City? Do you remember your impression? Tell us what you thought when you looked out the window.
Yeah, when I arrived, it was in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Yes, Bismarck, North Dakota.
Yeah, that is I guess the big airport to come, because I have to go to small town. So when I arrived there, it was a lady like a sponsor. They told us your sponsor came and you go with them.
Yes.
But if it's not the name on your list, do not go. So they direct me that when I come from Sudan. So she said was Miss Hermanson, I remember that. She was a teacher. And then she said, I came to pick you up, 7 hours drive, at least. I said, ma'am, I am not going because your name is not on my list. And then she said, no, I have to take you because your sponsor cannot make it. So you have to go to the different town, like called New England, North Dakota.
Yes, New England, North Dakota.
Yeah, it's a small town.
So, and you didn't want to go with her because her name was not the name you were given, right?
Plus, my town was supposed to go to Fargo, North Dakota.
Okay.
So everything the list was totally different.
So then you weren't sure what to do.
Yeah, then
But
she took me to some kind of station, like the police come. They have to make her sign, because
Oh, okay.
I just don't want to go I speak little English, but I understand what I was saying.
Yes.
And then
So you felt better after the police said it was okay.
Yeah, after they signed, because you have no choice, you going there to New England, North Dakota, because she had the paperwork done, my name, the list, everything.
And I think I remember you saying that as you were flying in, you looked out the window and you thought they had made a mistake. Do you remember telling this? I think you said that, because you expected a big city when you knew you were coming to the United States.
First of all, she asked me, actually, would you like to eat? I said, no, ma'am, I'm not hungry. But she wanted me to eat because I travel a long way from Sudan to Greece and from Greek to United States. And so most of the people that I came, we was 50 of us, all Eritrean. And then all of them have to go 2 people together or 3 people. I am the only one by myself. And there was a couple of them to go to Minnesota. I still contact them, but I haven't seen them for a while.
Yeah.
But
And you were only, how old were you now at this point? 16 or?
At that time?
Oh, no, you would have been 17 or 18?
18.
18, okay.
Yeah.
And you're traveling alone in a new country, and now you're in North Dakota, and I think you experienced snow for the first time, and didn't they have to convince you to not take your sandals out into the snow?
Yeah, well, first of all, when the lady was driving me to New England, North Dakota, I look on the window, there's nothing I see, like skyscrapers, like big buildings, because I came from the city, plus I've seen New York on the way coming to North Dakota. Well, then I asked her, ma'am, are you sure you're taking me to America? She said, yeah, this is America. I said, this look like a country village. Yeah, she said, yeah, that's right. We're going to the farm. So that was my first time experience to go to farm.
That's great. Love that.
But it was nice people. Everybody was greeting me well. And then I think it was 3 months later. So I came September, Friday the 13th, 1985. So about 2 months or 3 months, the big snow came overnight.
Okay.
And I was asleep. Everybody was asleep. We was in a dorm, high school dorm.
Yeah, so you stayed in it was
Saint Mary, yeah.
It was a Catholic or a
Catholic.
Catholic. It was, so she stayed in, it was New England, North Dakota, in a Catholic boarding school, essentially, or residential school.
Yeah.
And with a few other refugees and
We
some
was a lot of
girls that were there already, right?
Refugee is only 3 people.
Everyone else was from...
But everybody is from a different town, Bismarck.
Okay.
From all over.
All over that region.
Yeah. So they have families except me and the other 2.
Which I did look that school up, and it is closed now, sadly.
They close?
Yes, I looked it up, and it's a prison now.
Oh, wow.
Which is probably not what you wanted to hear, but...
Oh, yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, but
Anyway, then when the snow came overnight, it was about 18-inch snow. At that time, I don't know anything about snow. I never heard it. I've never seen it. We had snow in back home, but it's snow like ice rock.
Sleet,
and it will melt it immediately.
Okay.
But this is everything was white, the whole roof, there's no trees, all covered is with snow white. So then there I come with the slipper shoes to go to eat breakfast.
Slippers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slipper shoes. So, and then I only have is mini skirt. That's how I came from Sudan, because it was hot in Sudan. But here, nobody explained to me about snow. So I have no jacket. I have no nothing yet because I was new. What the people bring me, but it's not, doesn't fit me. I was very tiny.
Okay.
So then I came to eat breakfast. So everybody have to wait at the waiting area. So we all go together, all the girls. They saw me with a bear, like slipper shoes. And I have no jacket. They said, oh, no, you have to go back. Wear boots. I said, for what? It's snow. I said, what is that? Well, then they know that I didn't know anything about snow. So look under the glass door. So I look, everything was, I said, what is that? Where does that come from? So I go walk without the shoes. I came immediately. I told them I'm not going to eat breakfast. I was cold.
It was too cold, yes.
Yes,
that was a whole new experience.
I said, how long is this going to stay? They said, a long time.
We're just starting, right,
Yeah,
for the year.
it just started. It was the first day snow.
Yes. Now, you had a lot, I think you made friends, it seems like, from some photos I saw, and we'll probably share some of those photos.
Yeah.
But the one person I think especially stood out to you, well, several people especially were helpful, but there was a farmer who I think not only helped you out, but another, I think she was another refugee, possibly, and part of the problem you had was adjusting to the food here. And can you tell me about him, the farmer? I think he was a farmer, the one I'm referring
Yes,
to.
Steve, the Smith family, I
Yes,
think.
yes. Tell
And
me about
then,
Steve and his family.
The girl that she was sponsored by Smith family. Her name was Jamila
Okay.
Mohammed. She's from Eritrea.
And tell me what Steve and his family did for you.
The what?
Tell me how they helped you, Steve and his family. How did they help you?
Well, they helped me how to, they got me clothes, shoes, and they helped me like how to eat food, because she doesn't know how to make injera, but it looks like injera that she fed me. So until I get used to it, to the U.S. food.
And we should explain, injera is a type of, it's not bread, it's
It's a
flat-
sourdough bread.
a sourdough. And it's made
fluffy
with
bread.
teff is the grain it's made
It's like
from.
a fluffy bread, it's sour,
Right. And it has like,
naturalized, yeah.
and it would look to us maybe a little bit like a pancake with
Yeah, it
the
looked like a
fermenting
pancake.
bubbles sort of, and then yeah.
Yeah, it's got a bubbles, yeah.
Yes. But it's made, the grain is teff that it's
Yeah.
made from, right? So,
But at that time, she doesn't know how to do it, because you have to have the product how to do it. But she tried. She made it, and she make my country food, and was good.
and I think you said Steve taught you and the other girl who was there a little bit about farm life, or were you not too interested? Was it just the other girl?
Yeah, for farming, actually, they tried to teach me how to garden and stuff. I told them my dad was a gardener also.
Okay.
And then I was really interested, so I was feeding the horses, the cows, and everything he has over there, we can do anything. And then he teach us how to drive a little bit, but I was scared, but Jamila know how to drive.
Was it a hard adjustment? Did you, were you sad at first, or did you adjust pretty quickly?
I adjusted quickly, yeah.
It was an adventure for you?
It took me maybe 6-7 months
Okay.
to get used to it, everything. Then after that, I was like, I was okay.
I think well, first of all, the refugee program's in trouble right now because the administration has shut down funding for some of the contracts, the groups that help refugees resettle. It's a resettlement program. But there is also a long history of churches and other groups helping in the U.S., so we'll have to see how this plays out. But I'm curious because some of the rules have changed since you arrived, where, if I have this correct, at some point you could no longer accept refugees in your town if you didn't have public transportation, which and maybe that's just some of the contracts, but essentially that would mean somebody would not have your experience now, where they would not come to a small town unless for some reason they have a busing system. Or do you think, is that unfortunate, or do you think a bigger city would have been easier for you? Or do you think being in a small town, people gave you more attention and help because it was small and they knew you were there?
Yeah, actually, I really loved it, the small town, because it was very interesting. And then you learn a lot. You can do yourself, especially the farmer is Steve. That family helped us a lot how to learn. Even like our English, getting better. He had some kind of typewriter, and he used to teach us that, me and Jamila. And then,
And he,
since then, I really like small town. I don't like a big town anymore.
and he didn't have any obligation. He had not made any legal obligation to you. He was just doing this as a friend.
Yeah, as
And
a
his family
friend.
was
Yeah.
helping.
He's her sponsor, but not my sponsor. But he helped me like he was like our father.
Yes. Okay.
We feel like he's our family.
Yes.
So he told us, you guys are the same thing, my daughters. Yeah, I see you the same.
Oh, that's great.
So even his daughters, they loved us, both of us. And they don't want us to go, they want us to stay there. But suddenly I move.
I mean,
after-
you're growing up now, and
Yeah.
and you probably wanted to make your own money. So at that point, I think you were in Duluth, Minnesota, for a while, and then you ended up deciding to come to Iowa. And I like your reason. Tell me why you chose Iowa.
Iowa is, first when I heard it, Iowa, I said, you mean there's a name called Iowa? They said, yeah, it's a Des Moines, Iowa. What Iowa means is yes in Arabic.
It means what?
Yes.
Yes. So it
Yeah.
means yes in Arabic.
Yeah. in
And that was like a
Arabic.
sign to you that I
Because
should.
I speak Arabic. I still do.
Yes.
I never forget the Arabic language.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. I speak my language. I speak Ethiopian language. I speak a little bit Italian and a
Okay.
little bit German.
Wow.
So and English, of course.
Yes, you're better at
Yeah.
languages than I am.
Yeah.
So then you came to Iowa, and it was a rough start. I think you had maybe knew one person here, but then
Yeah, I knew some friend from Eritrea. He was here like as an intern, but he had to leave to somewhere else.
and then you were kind of on your own,
And
right?
then, yeah, he found me like a family there, like Egyptian, and then his wife was American. And then so I stayed with them, and they the same thing. They was to be a doctor, is like internship. Then they have to go to Cincinnati, Ohio suddenly. I have no family, I have no quarter, I have no money.
And tell me what happened with. I think you
Then-
said you were at a school or sitting
At the school, I was crying. I was in tears at Roosevelt High School.
sitting at Roosevelt High School in Des Moines
Yeah.
in tears because you're essentially
I don't know where
homeless
to
and
go.
no
I-
money.
They
Would you
told
say
me,
you had 25 cents or something? How much money did you have?
I don't have anything.
Nothing then.
Yeah.
And-
So the people helped me though. The Egyptian family, they rented for me like for 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
The place that they was staying. So they paid for 3 weeks for me, but after that I have to be on my own.
And tell me what happened as you're crying at the
So
school.
then it
and-
was a teacher saw me that I was crying, and then she took me to the office. She said, tell me what happened. So I explained to her, I have no families, I have nobodies. I am here, but only for 3 weeks some people helped me to pay the apartment. It was furnished. But after 3 weeks, I have no job, I have nothing, I don't know where to go. So she called immediately a friend and called Barry and Mary, the husband and wife.
Yes, Barry and Mary.
Yeah.
Do you want to say their
Mary
last
is
name?
the lady, Barry, they Catholic too, very good family.
What's their last name? Do you want to say their last
Molloys, Molloy,
Malloys.
Molloy.
Barry and Mary Malloy.
Yeah.
And they helped you for several
like a family.
like a family. They became your family, and they
Yeah.
again they had no reason they had to, but they
Yeah, they
Just-
did not charge me, but I helped them like, housekeeping and stuff.
and you stayed several years with them, right?
8 years.
8 years. So they
Yeah.
yes.
8 years, and then I started, they're the one that introduced me to Sid Speaker.
Oh yes,
He was executive producer for Iowa PBS.
yes. Sid,
And then
Sid was here.
I
yes.
babysit their kids, one child.
Okay.
And then after that, him and his wife talk. She asked him, why can't you look for her a job?
And then,
So then
he
they-
helped find one here.
They brought me here to work as a market help.
Yes.
And that was my first experience for I love the people market to market. I still do.
And I didn't make you say that, did I?
Yeah, no,
Well, it's fascinating, and I think you have a few stories when you got to. I think John Nichols, who used to run the show previously before Dave Miller, had a favorite story that he'd liked you to tell about your car accident when you hit the deer, but you called the sheriff's department or the police and tell the story about what you told them.
Oh yeah, that was my first time car and my first experience when I told the police, I said the deer hit my car.
But you didn't say it was
deer.
yeah,
Some animal hit my car. I don't know if it's giraffe, hyena, tiger, or lion. I don't know what is it. So he was laughing. He said, I should give you a ticket because you don't want to hit animal.
Yeah, was that the sheriff or the police officer telling you?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
cop
because you told him you thought you might have hit a lion or giraffe.
Yeah.
And that makes sense from Eritrea, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because when I traveled with my family to Sudan from Eritrea, there's a lots of safaris.
Yes.
We saw hyenas, giraffes. Well, hyena we get scared of because he attack you.
Yes.
But giraffe and all other animals, we saw them on the way walking.
And it was dark, so you didn't know what you hit when this accident happened.
So I don't know what he hit my car, but later I saw the police told me he had a feather on my car on the window because he smashed it. So we had some kind of feather.
Oh, so it was not a deer.
I don't know if
it was
it's
something
deer
else.
or something else.
Oh, interesting.
So when I told John that, he thought that was funny.
Yeah, yes. And I'm sure the police officer did too. So.
Yeah, he laughed hard.
Yeah. Well, and I wish we had time to get into all your stories, but that gives people kind of an idea. But I guess, do you have a message for those who might meet somebody who is a refugee? What would you tell them to consider? Is there a way they can help, or what would you suggest if they get a chance to meet somebody who's newly arrived from outside the United States?
To the people who's sponsoring,
or just anybody, if they're, how they can help a refugee if they, especially if the programs are shut down. Although maybe there might not be a chance for.
Yeah, I would say my message is to the people that who, any like churches, any organization to help for the refugees, because right now there is no many, refugees like allowed, but when they allow them, they should help them somehow because they are a hard worker when they came. And only thing they need help is, to help them how to pay the rent for a few months at least, and then get them the job, I would say. And then that way they will do on their own. But if they don't have no help, there's no way they can do it. It's very hard.
And you had a lot of people that sort of helped you get through those tough first years.
I would do the same thing. When newcomers here, I help them a lot. Is that I give my anything, furnitures, foods and monies, whatever I can have, I help them out.
So you're extending a hand to those who came after you.
Because I was like that from, in previous, when I came to the U.S., people helped me a lot.
And I had a chance to go to a celebration, an Eritrean celebration. There's actually a pretty decent-sized Eritrean community now in Des Moines. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. We had a lot of people now. It's a good community, and we even have a church now. So we had get together like in May 24 for the celebration, and we do food, everything, dance, and then our culture. We show them everything because the people who fought for us, they brought the freedom, the people who decided in the war. And then we really appreciate them, to get us the freedom. So we had party every year in May 24.
And you do have some family still in Eritrea?
Yeah, my sister and her 3 kids. And my sister is Mariam Kubram. And her 3 boys is Devin, Raphael, and Daniel.
And even though the war is long over, you've chosen to stay, and this is your home now?
Yeah. I would like to go at least 5 years to visit them.
Have you been able to do that?
2019, the last time I went, I took my mother,
Okay.
and then she passed away. And then after that, I came, and pandemic came. After that, I haven't traveled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any last thoughts you want to share with those listening or watching this?
I'm sorry?
Is there anything else you want to add before we finish? Any other thoughts, or did we cover the main points?
I think we cover.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your story.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me here.
Yes. So a quick update following our recording of that conversation. And for those watching on the video version, I'll be sharing more photos from Aiden's early years in the U.S. First, Aiden felt badly that she did not get a chance to acknowledge another Des Moines resident, Deborah Torsheim, who, after all these others we mentioned, also took Aiden under her wings and has been almost like a mom. She was another hero here for Aiden, and we wanted to make sure to mention her. Secondly, I discovered that Aiden remembered the first name of the farmer who helped her incorrectly. It was actually Dale Smith, who was from Belfield, North Dakota. And once I figured that out, I was hoping to find him and get them together on a video call because Aiden wanted to thank him after having lost touch decades ago. But unfortunately, Dale had since passed away back in 2007. So though that news was hard on Aiden, she was happy to hear that I later reached one of his daughters who did remember her in that year when her father helped a couple African refugees who ended up in a place that felt shockingly far from New York City. So that's the update. And so until next time, this has been the M2M podcast. New episodes come out on Tuesdays. And please consider writing a review wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for being here.